Okay, in this question we are given the continuous random variable x, and it has a probability density function given by fx equals to 3 over 4 bracket x squared minus 1, 1 is less than x is less than 2, and then 0 otherwise. The first question is basically asking you to sketch the probability density functions of x. You basically have to sketch the probability density function, which is fx as shown in the above. And the second question is asking you show that the mean mu of x is 1.6875. The third question is saying show that the standard deviation of x is 0.2288, correct to 4 decimal places. And lastly, you have to find the probability 1 is less than x is less than mu plus sigma. As you can see here, we're given a function of x which is 3 over 4 bracket x squared minus 1 comma, and it's valid between 1 inclusive of 1 and 2 and in between them. Everywhere else outside of this interval it's 0. Now the first question is basically asking you to draw the graph. Okay, so as we know, this label here is 1, 2, 3 and 4, and this is also here 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, as you can see here, if we put the value of x to be 1, 1 squared minus 1 is 0, so the function becomes 0. So that's why there's a circle, filled circle at 1, 0. And why it's a filled circle? Because 1 is included. And at 2 inclusive, you have 9 over 4, which is 2.25, right? So this is approximately 2.25 here, so at 2 we have 2.25. And there's also a filled circle here. Okay, but for this case here, for the other case, otherwise it's 0. So because the lines overlap, I've drawn a blue line here indicating that it's a 0 line here, and also similarly I've drawn a blue line here. So basically your graph is like this, and it's 0 everywhere else. Now in the first question, you're basically asked to find the mean. And we know that definition of the mean is x times the probability density function times dx, small differential in x. And because we have a function only valid from 1 to 2, the interval, the limit for the integral is 1 and 2. So after you have this, it's straightforward calculations of just integration. So you put in the values of fx, and then you get these values here. And upon integrating, you get mu is 1.68. Okay, similarly, in the next question, we're asked to find the standard deviation, right? We're asked to find the variance. Okay, in the next question, we're asked to find the variance, and we know that variance is simply x squared times probability distribution density function minus the mean square. Because we already have the mean here, This is again a straightforward calculations. You just substitute the values of fx and simplify it again from 1 to 2, and this is minus the mean square. If you calculate all of this, you basically get this. And because standard deviation is square root of variance, and this is the variance, right? So we square root to finally get 0.229 as your answer. Lastly, we first find mu plus sigma, because we have to integrate from 1 to this value here, right? So we know mu, we know sigma, so we just substitute the values, and again, after substituting the values, we have to find the probability. So probability is just integration of probability distribution function, probability density function from 1 to this value here. So this here means this. So, and then upon simplifying, we finally get your answer to be 0.822. Okay, so that's it for today. Thank you.